Salakia, getting back to it, somebody had called me, Salakia. Getting back to it, and it says there could be better devices, so we have been looking around for more options. There's a device that is a brilliant American agriculture scientist developed that does measure the frequency of linen. We have not yet acquired one, but hopes to soon. Dr. Philip Callahan, a noted physician and researcher, was able to prove that the existence of this energy using plant leaves attached to an oscilloscope, oscilloso, Slovakia, oscillos, oscilloscope. About 6 months ago, he visited me in California and showed me at the new development he had discovered that flax cloth, as such in the books of Moses, okay, acts as an antenna for the energy. Flax cloth, as suggested in the book of Moses, okay, which is the first five books: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Okay. Once again, the first five books of Moses, okay, is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Okay, the five books of the law. Okay, and five books of Moses, because Moses did write Genesis, and it says acts as an antenna for the energy. He found that when the pure flax cloth was put over a wound or local pain, it greatly accelerated the healing process. He was also using the flaxseed cloth as a sophisticated antenna for his this word, man, oscilloscope. Oscilloscope. This is the instrument that he uses to determine the energy of flax. If the idea of frequencies is new to you, you may have be interested to read about Dr. Reich and his studies in the 1920s. He didn't study fabric in particular, but his research is still interesting. American Governor Dr. Royal Raymond Rife spent 3 decades studying specific vibrational kill frequencies of hundreds of microorganisms as far as 1920. Rife theorized that disease-causing microorganisms vibrated at specific oscillation rates, that if these were better understood, they might be safely eliminated by opposing rate of vibration. Okay, with these expertise in optics, Rife developed microscopes with resolutions up to 7,000 times in diameter compared to the standard 2,500. With the aid of his high-power microscope, Rife methodically observed and cataloged the results as he exposed pathogenic microorganisms to coordinated resonance from electronic frequencies during his 30 years of vibrational research. Rife established what he called the mortal oscillatory rate for hundreds of disease-causing pathogens. In his work, Rife confirmed the thousands of living vibrational frequencies. He determined the average frequency of a healthy human body was between 62 and 72 hertz, and that which the frequency drops below the average, it signifies a comprised immune system. Essential oils can register as high as 320 hertz. Rife meticulously mapped out a living mosaic of energy vibration, but he was simply too far ahead of his time to be appreciated for his contribution, okay, or contribution, slacking, contribution, okay, let me see, okay, but here it is. We just read this article about the benefits of linen, 100% linen, and the benefits of 100% wool and cotton. Okay, so basically how we're gonna tie all this in together. Okay, it's a beautiful thing to see why the Lord told and put it in our law not to have mixed fabrics. Okay, why the priests had to wear certain garments. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna put this article in the description. If brothers just want to check it out, okay, priest garment, KJB. All right, so we're gonna have to start at verse 1. It says in this Exodus chapter 28, verse 1, and take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother and his son with him from among the children of Israel, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they might make Aaron's garments, consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a broader coat, mitri, and girdle. And they shall make a holy garment for Aaron thy brother and his son, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And they shall take gold, blue, and purple, scarlet, and fine linen, and they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and fine twined linen with cunning work, and shall have 2 shoulder pieces thereof joined together, joined at the 2 edges thereof, and so it shall be joined together. And the curious girdle of the ephod, which is upon it, shall be of the same according to the work thereof, even of the gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined with linen. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones, engrave them on the names of the children of Israel, 6 of their names on one stone, and the other 6 on the rest on the other stone, according to their birth. Okay. With the work of the engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet, shalt thou engrave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel. Thou shalt make them to be set in ouches of gold. Okay. And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulders of the ephod for stones of Israel, memorial unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before Yahweh upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial. And thou shalt make ouches of gold, and 2 chains of pure gold at the ends of wreathen work. Thou shalt make them fastened with wreathen chains to the ouches. And that thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work after the work of the ephod. Thou shalt make it of gold, of purple, and of gold. Make it of gold, of purple, and of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine twined linen shalt thou make it. Okay, so once again, you're seeing that the Lord keep mentioning linen. Okay, we read in that article that linen has a frequency of what? Okay, it says, however, the fabric has a higher frequency. It gives a energy to the body. This is where linen comes in as a super fabric. Okay, linen is considered a super fabric because it's at what hertz. Frequency is 5,000. Okay, all right, meaning it's on a high level. Okay, on a high level. So that's why the priest's garments were made with fine linen. That's why the priest's garments was always etched in their linen. Okay, and we're gonna read this in another version. Okay, see what it actually means. Exodus 28. Okay, when it talks about with fine linen, see what we get. It says, so give them fine linen cloth, gold thread, and purple. So give them fine linen cloth, gold thread, and blue and purple and scarlet thread. Okay, so basically all the gold and blue and purple and scarlet, were made out of fine linen. Okay, they was basically dyed those colors. Okay, if I'm wrong, rebuke me. If I'm wrong, Salakia. Okay, but once again, it was made out of fine linen. Okay, it wasn't made out of mixed fabrics. Okay, so once again, that makes sense why the Lord made the priest's garments out of fine linen. Okay, because it sits at a frequency of 5,000. Okay, which is a high level. Okay, meaning it's not mixed with nothing. Because if it was mixed with wool, they would cancel each other out. Okay, because the Lord want the priests to be on a high level. Okay, because the Lord is dealing with them. Okay, so the Lord is on a high level. He'll want his servants and his priests to be on a high level. Okay, so that makes sense why that the linen was on such a high level, because it has a frequency of 5,000. Okay, wool has a frequency of 5,000 as well. Okay, so when you put those super fabrics on, okay, it brings you on a higher vibration. Okay, and what that allows, if you got any wounds and cuts, hey, it can heal you because of the frequencies. Okay, that's in there, because it's considered a super fabric. Okay, so it's beautiful how the Lord made this. Okay, made the priest garments to be made out of fine linen. Okay, because they was on a high level, to put them on a high level. Okay, all right. Now going back to this, we're gonna continue reading on this. Salakia. Where we left off. We left off at I'm gonna start at 16. I'm going to start at 15. And it says, and thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work after the work of the ephod. Thou shalt make it of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine twined linen shalt thou make it. 4 square it shall be doubled. A span shall be length thereof, and a span shall be the breadth thereof. And thou shalt set in the settings of stones, even 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be sardius and topaz and carbuncle. This shall be the first row. And the second row shall be emerald, sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row, liger, agate, and amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold in their enclosings. And the stone shall be with the names of the 12 children of the 12 tribes. Oh, Salakia. And the stone shall be with the names of Salakia of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like engravings of a signet. Every one with his name shall they be according to the 12 tribes. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate chains of gold of wreathen work of pure gold. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shalt put the 2 rings of the 2 ends of the breastplate. And thou shalt put the 2 wreathen chains of gold and 2 rings with are on the ends of the breastplate. And the other 2 ends of the 2 wreathen chains thou shalt fasten it in the 2 ouches, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it. And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put them upon 2 ends of the breastplate, and the border thereof, which is the side of the ephod. And 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and shalt put them on the 2 sides of the ephod underneath, toward the forward part toward thereof, over against the other coupling thereof, above the curious girdle of the ephod. Okay. And it says, and they shall bind the breastplate by the rings thereof unto the rings of the ephod with lace of blue, that it may be above the curious girdle of the ephod, and the breastplate be not loose from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment upon his heart, and when he goeth into the holy place for a memorial before Yahweh continually. And thou shalt put in the breastplate of judgment Urim and Thummim, and they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before Yahweh. And Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before Yahweh continually. Okay, so this is this basically going into the priest's garment. Okay, but you notice that the priest's garment was made out of what? Fine linen. Okay, which is meaning that the priest had to put on this to be on the high frequency and a high level, okay? Because when they had to enter into the tabernacle or enter into the holy place of the Lord, they had to be on the level, okay? So that's beautiful that the Lord had it that way, okay? Because linen is a super fabric, okay? And you notice that these other fabrics like polyester, most of your clothes are made out of polyester because it sits at a vibration of 15, okay? And what did it say about a dead person? They are at a vibration of 15, okay? Meaning there is nothing in there, okay? There is no life, okay? There is no benefits within it, okay? Far as linen, far as wool, far as cotton, okay? They have extreme big benefits within them because it can bring you on a high level. Okay, so that's why it makes sense why the Lord said it in the law, thou shalt not have mixed fabrics. Okay, and that goes into a spiritual aspect. Okay, because you can't be mixing and dabbling in different doctrines, man. Okay, all right, because that's why the title of this lesson is keep thy garments white. Okay, because you can't have different fabrics, you can't have different doctrines, man. Okay, now without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get Leviticus 19 concerning the law. Okay, Leviticus 19 in verse what was that? In verse 19, Salakia. The reason it says, ye shall keep my statutes, thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with diverse kind, thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed, neither shall a garment mingle of linen and wool come upon thee. Okay, basically, you see that these damn devils did the study. What did it say if you mix wool and linen together? They cancel each other out. Okay, meaning that you ain't gonna get no benefits because it's just like a magnet. Okay, it got a north pole and a south pole. Okay, you put two north poles together, they're gonna cancel each other out. Okay, it's gonna set it at 0. So that's why you gotta have 100% all linen. Okay, wearing. Okay, now we get that we are in captivity, so we do our best. Okay, we do our best to wear the 100% linen. But guess what? This devil throws a little bit of what in there? A little bit of polyester in there, a little bit of silk in there, a little bit of BS in there, man. Okay, because this devil don't want us to be on the level, man. Okay, because when you go in the hospital, okay, as you said, it's a super fabric. It helps with wounds and cuts and stuff like that. Okay, when you go into the hospital, okay, when somebody is getting healed after surgery, they tend to lay them on what? Linen. Okay, because it heals them. Okay. But once again, getting back to it, just had to throw that in there because I got it from the video that the brother did. Okay, when you look at it, okay, this makes sense why the Lord doesn't deal with mixture. Okay, it makes sense why the Lord put it out there not to have wool and linen mixed together because they cancel each other out. Okay, and that makes sense why the priest's garments were made out of fine linen. Okay, because it was supposed to be, they supposed to be on a high level. Okay, so getting into the spiritual aspect, okay, we're gonna get another one in the law. Okay, Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5. Okay, and it says, oh, Con, here we go. No, that's not what I want. Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5, right? No, that's not what I want. Right, verse 11, Salakia. This is because we're going back into it again, okay? Deuteronomy 22 and verse 11. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts as woolen and linen together, right? Not wearing mixed fabrics, okay? If you go back then, you had to have one fabric, okay? One all wool, okay? Or all linen, okay? Or all cotton, okay? You can't see, but once again, this not putting a burden on anybody, but this is just history, you know? Because we doing our best. We are practicing the righteous acts while we are here. Okay. But you see why the Lord put this in place. Okay. For us to be on the high level, high frequency level. Okay. because these fabrics, these are super fabrics, okay? All right, they can heal, okay? Create some kind of electric magnetic field around you as well, okay? To keep you from getting sick, okay? All right. So it just showed you why the Lord had it presented this way, man. So how much more in the spiritual aspect, okay, of when you mixing your doctrines, okay? You got to have 100% of, you got to have 100%, okay? Because if you don't have 100% and you got 98, then what's the other two of it then, man? Okay? The other two of your doctrine is what? Is faulty, man. Okay? So that's why it makes sense why the Lord said, keep thy garments right. Keep your garments white. Okay, that goes into you not being in iniquity all the time. That goes into you trying to do the right thing, okay? Because we try to strive for the 100% perfection, okay? We try to strive, okay? We are not trying to be on the low end level. We trying to continue to do what Yahweh Shemi Shah intended us to do, okay? Now, let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 8. Well, let me just get this a little leavening. All right. A little leaven. Trying to find it. I think it's Corinthians. Right. This First Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 6. Your glory is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? Right. So if you got a little leavening in you, means you saying your doctrine, okay, that means your whole doctrine is off. Going back to the garments, okay, if you got a little bit of something else, a 2% of something else within that fabric, okay, it cancels it all out, okay? It's not 100%, okay? So you got to be in a 100% mindset of teaching the 100% truth, okay? As far as you see these other camps, what are they doing, okay? They teach, we'll give y'all credit for, teaching the Israel that they are Israelites, but y'all leaving out the important things, okay? That goes into, hey, that little leavening leaveneth the whole lump, okay? Your garments are going to be with spot, okay? Having diverse sorts of different fabrics in there, okay? Meaning you not teaching the right thing, okay? You're supposed to teach the right thing, because if you're not, hey, you are basically bringing damnation upon yourselves, okay? Teaching damnable heresies, okay? Now, not to, sound like I'm being all over the place. Lord willing, this making sense until how we finna connect this all together, okay? So, once again, we see the benefits of 100% of linen, wool, and cotton, okay? And how much benefit does it have, okay? Getting into the spiritual aspect once again, we are seeing why you have to teach the 100% truth, okay? Because guess what? It's helping you in the long run, okay? Versus those that don't want to teach the 100% truth. What does that do? Leaves a spot on your garment, okay? Diverse fabrics, okay? Which brings you down, okay? All right? So once again, your glory is not good. Know ye not that a little leavening leaveneth the whole lump, okay? So just a little piece of that fabric, as in the article stated, okay, can throw the whole thing off, okay? So how much more when you're not teaching 100% truth and your doctrine has spot in it, okay? All right? That's it on that. Now let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 8. And the reason it says, let thy garment be always white, and let not thy head lack no ointment. Right. Let thy garments always be white. What does white represent? White represents purity. Okay. Just like if you wearing 100% linen, okay, that's pure. Okay. You're on the high level. Okay. The high frequency level. Okay. That's purity. Okay. So once again, you gotta be 100% within this ministry, okay? Because if you got 3% off your doctrine, okay, that your whole doctrine is flawed, man. Okay, it's compromised. Okay, you gotta have 100% of the truth. You gotta have 100% of the doctrine. Okay, because if you don't, that means your doctrine is flawed, man. Okay, it is flawed. All right. So that's why, once again, it makes sense why the Lord had it like that, man. Okay. That's why let thy garments be always white. Okay, be pure. Okay, because when you diving into these scriptures, you get in this knowledge of wisdom and understanding what that's doing. That's bringing you on the level, giving you that wisdom. Okay, because it says, "Let not thy head lack no ointment." Okay, let's look up this word ointment. Okay. I think this is like some oil, some kind of oil. Okay. And that oil is supposed to represent what? Wisdom. Okay. What does wisdom do? It puts you on a higher level. Okay. So when you teaching 100% truth, you are, the Lord is going to bless you with more wisdom. Okay. More wisdom. That means you are getting on a higher level, a higher frequency. Okay. All right. So Lord willing, let's make sense where we're going at with this. Okay. So if you're not teaching 100% truth, okay, your vibration goes down, man, and you're not on a high level, man. Okay. You're teaching damnable heresies. Okay. You teaching sex. You can have sex on the Sabbath. You teaching, you can take the mark of the beast. Okay. Your doctrine has flaws in it. Okay. Because you trying to cut curves no, you got to teach the 100% truth. Okay. Why would the Lord not give us 100% truth? Okay. He did. Okay. And we at GMS believe that we are teaching the 100% truth. Okay. Because there's no flaw in the doctrine that we speak, because we believe this is the doctrine that Yahweh Shai spoke 2,000 years ago. Okay. All right. So once again, reading that again, let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. Right. So you got to be on a pure state. Okay, just like those, if you're wearing diverse fabrics, okay, you are not at a pure state, okay? You're in a low vibration, okay? So that's why we need to get the fuck up out of here, because guess what? All of these clothes that we wear, man, you not getting the real thing, man, all right? You're not always wearing 100%, because this devil got to throw in a little polyester in there to cancel it out, okay? Throw in like some mixed fabrics to cancel it out. Okay, because this devil once again don't want us on a high level. Okay, all right. Get into the scriptures. All right, let's get the book of Revelations, chapter 9 and verse 5. Okay, Revelation chapter 9. Salakia. Let me get there real quick. Revelation chapter 9 verse 5. Oh, there we go. Salakia. No, that's not what I want. It's 3 and 5, Salakia. 3 and verse 5. And it says, he that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. Right. What is that right raiment supposed to represent? Purity, 100% purity. Okay. So once again, our spirits, okay, we got to make sure our spirits before Yahweh Shai comes back. Okay, but this is going into, those that, dies for the truth. Okay. Once again, the verse 4, and it says, verse 3, remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. Thou hast a few names, even the Sardes, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. White, defiled their garments in what? Other philosophies, iniquities, sins. Okay? That's why Yahushua said, and they shall walk with me in white, meaning in purity, in a pure state. Okay, the elect is going to walk in a pure state. Okay, follow the words of Yahweh Shai all the day long, man. Okay, because the hopeful elect are going to be in a pure state, in a pure mind. Okay, striving for perfection, man. Okay, because when you're pure, you are perfect. Okay, just like the garments. Okay, if your garments have spot, you are not pure. Okay, so once again, okay, you not supposed to have no defiled garments, and those defiled garments going into the diverse damnable heresies, man. Okay, your doctrine got different fabrics in it, man. Okay, all right. Lord willing, this making sense for those that's watching. Okay, so there's once again, he that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment. Okay, in a pure state. Okay, in the spiritual realm, because there's gonna be some of us, that might be martyrs for this truth. Okay, continue on. All right, and it says, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. Okay, so once again, that's why the Lord told us in the law not to have diverse fabrics. Okay, because there's a spiritual meaning behind that. If your doctrine is off, and that means your garment is defiled. Okay, meaning that it has spot, it has iniquities. Okay, but once again, there is a physical aspect to it, but there's also a spiritual aspect, because these scriptures can be twofold. But that was literally how the garments were made back then. Okay, because they were supposed to be pure. Okay, but this is basically, trying to tie it all in to make sense of the spiritual side of why you have to be teaching 100% truth. Okay, but Jake can rant, just getting straight to the point, trying to hit the key points. Okay, it's Revelation chapter 6. Okay, and verse 11, and the reason it says, I'm sort of verse. No, that's not it. I'm gonna start at verse 10, and it says, they cried with a loud voice. I'm gonna start at verse 9. Verse 9. And it says, when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahweh and for the testimony which they held. Okay, basically those that are gonna be martyrs for the truth's sake. And it says, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Yahweh, holy and true, doest thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And white robes were given unto them, and white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little while, for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed, and they shall that they should be killed, and they were as they were, and should be fulfilled. Okay, once again, that white robe, representing, a purity. Okay, because once you go into that pure state, okay, you can't be defiled. Okay, you can't be touched. Okay, you can't be you ain't gonna be given into all kind of sorts of mischief. Okay, all sorts of different doctrines. Okay, because only the elect, okay, going to obtain this. Okay, a pure state. Okay, we are trying to obtain that now. Okay, but man, Lord willing, this lesson edifying to those that may watch. Salaki, if it might seem like I was all over the place, but Lord willing, we just hit the points. Lord willing, this is edifying to those that may watch. Giving all honor, no glory, no praises due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Hakadash. That was the great minister and apostles. We'll teach them well. Okay, till next time, to the next video. Shalom from Shirala Badabah.